Enemies. We all have them. At your school, outdoors, in your own house. Although, the idea of enemies might be a philosophical question, but let's talk about video game enemies. Specifically from my game, Fate's Gamble. Fate's Gamble is a Russian roulette RPG horror game. You can play the beta for free, no download required, on itch.io. If you want, usually, daily news on my game, go to my itch.io devlogs, Twitter/X, or Blue Sky. If you want, you can also see my videos on my Instagram account, link in the description. The full game is planned to have over 9 endings, open world, bosses, and more. The only enemy I had in the game was the opponent, who isn't even an enemy. He's mainly a tutorial boss. But I think it's good to think about what type of enemies I should put in, starting with mimics. They copy your every move. For example, if you shoot yourself, they'll do the exact same thing you did. It might not copy everything you do perfectly, but for the most part, they do a good job. I'm not exactly sure how to draw them. I was thinking of making a shadow version of your character, but decided not to, because that would take way too much time considering the fact that I am going to use a character creator for this game. So instead I landed on a creepy, unnatural, humanoid animal look. My first iteration was to make this one with teeth gums, but I got rid of it. I didn't like how its snout looked anyway. Also, I was planning to make it fully white, but I wanted to take advantage of RPG Maker's hue coloring for palette swapping, so I made it red. Might add some more bloody effects later down the line, but I think this is a good start. Pyromaniacs. You'll have to beat them in a limited amount of moves. If you shoot yourself, shoot your opponent, use an item, etc., that counts as a move. You must prioritize what you use very wisely, because if you run out of moves, the whole place you're in starts under fire. Think of it like the new chance mode in the beta. When trying to figure out a design for the Pyromaniac, I didn't just want to copy the design from Arsonite, as it was the main inspiration for this enemy in the first place. However, I was eyeing one of my friend's profile picture, and they had a pyro from TF2 with the flamboyant flamenco, and loved how it covered the eyes with the last breath on, so I wanted to use that. Might as well just tell you what I'm basing it off, since some people have a very good eye. When making the body, I went with this mossy green and brown idea. I like it, but not sure how others will feel about it, so I made another. I'd say this one also looks pretty good. However, I couldn't decide on whether these streaks should stay yellow or black. What do you guys think? When making the design, I felt I copied it a little too much, so I made a couple of designs. Still not quite sure, but I like this one. When trying to make the eyes, I mistakenly made one of the eyes look like this, and I just went with it. However, after that, I made this one. I might use this one. Also, yes, the head is floating. Honestly, I like that idea. Maybe I'll change it, I don't know. I'm starting to think I should redesign this head as well. It was made with the old one in mind, so my mind might change that later on too. But it's still helpful to get an idea of how I want it. Alright, I don't have any art for the others, but I still have some ideas on how I want them to look. Splitters. Every time you shoot them, he splits into 2 versions of himself. So now you gotta focus on more. This is based off of the Poolmans from Hylix. Not only because they duplicate, but also their goopy design. I'm thinking of making the goopy design very messy and bloody looking all around. Or I could use one of my friend's interpretations of the opponent. I could just ask them. But then that would require a lore reason as to why they look oddly specific to the opponent. Dealers. They don't try to force you into a battle like most enemies. Instead, they ask if you could battle them.
Certainly, sir.
You have to sign a contract in order to be in the battle. They may have certain rules, so read it carefully. The rules can range from no items or certain items allowed, but I could add more later on. sailors. With sailors, they spin a bottle. Whoever the bottle points at gives them a free item, or something a little more dangerous. I might only make this enemy fight you when you're sailing. I think that'll make it a very good exclusive enemy. Alright, that's all I have to say for my enemies. I might add some more later on, and if so, I'll make another devlog on this. Alright, you can go down to the description, play Fate's Gamble. Again, it's a beta, for free, no download required. And again, if you want, check out my itch.io devlogs, Twitter, and Blue Sky to get daily devlogs. Alright, see you soon.